column 2.
So just to do the rundown, hcfwesker is going to have to collect Meridia Power Bomb, collect Ice Beam, and skip Speed Booster. So we already see some skipping of some of the items here. Collect 3 or more reserve tanks, 7 energy tanks, and 70 or more missiles. And finish in the grapple beam room.
And for column 2, you've got forced on them 30 power bombs, collect ice beam, skipping speed boosters, so that's going to be a detriment to how fast they can move around. Finishing in the Mama Turtle room in Meridia, having to fully explore the wrecked ship, and defeat Crocomire and Dragon.
Right off the bat, I feel like column 2 is a little bit trickier standalone. And both of these players are going to have to skip that speed booster. But what's interesting about row 2 is by skipping speed booster, basically, hcfwesker is not going to be able to collect the wreck ship reserve tank. So he's going to be forced to get the other 3. And getting the Meridia one can be a bit out of the way. Especially since he has to collect the Meridia Power Bomb in the other sandpit.
Looking at compliments to what Wesker is going to have to do with column 2, or I'm sorry, what RetroReviver is going to do with column 2. And ideally with this, he's going to want to do wreck ship first. But I don't know if he's going to be comfortable doing that, so we might not see him go that way. We might go see him go kill Kraid, get Berry Suit, go around, pick up the power-ups in Norfair, and then come back and do that. But he wants to stay away from anything that goes deep into Norfair when he's trying to figure out a row to complement what he's been given.
Right. And picking a complement is very difficult with some of the tiles on here.
Yeah, this is a rough card. And he could pick row 5. I know ED saying row 5, but he could pick row 5 if he goes down and does a hell run to pick up speed booster. But again, that's up to the comfortableness of the player if they feel like they can do that quickly. I know in our race earlier we saw Shoku doing a hell run through Norfair.
Right. And that can pay off if you have a really good route to grab something in Norfair and then get out of there, use it to complete a bunch of objectives. Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble getting the stream for Retro, but we'll get that going soon.
I'm thinking if it were me, I would do row 1 and complement with column 2. That's my first thought. Doesn't have anything. Picking up every single beam does suck the most out of all of that. You have to kill Dragon anyway, so picking up Plasma's a little bit of time adding, but not too bad in that regard. Worst thing you're adding onto that is something like Wave Beam, whereas you probably want to pick up Speed Booster if you're going to go that route. Well, you can't pick up Speed Booster if you're going column 2, that's right.
Neither of these players can pick up Speed Booster, unfortunately,
yeah.
for them.
That's going to take out a lot of rows that they could do because of that.
That's right. Now, this is a tricky card because there are a lot of like anti-synergies, like skip wave beam and then collect all the beams, and like a lot of people do not want to skip high jump unless they're absolutely forced to.
Right.
So you want to stay
I
away
certainly
from that
wouldn't.
tile. Yeah.
You'd either pick row 1 or row 5 as far as Retro Reviver goes.
Now, row 3, while you do have to pick up a bunch of missiles and defeat Ridley, could be reasonable complement to column 2. You know, you have to beat Croc anyways, and that kind of takes out both those objectives, but it does force you to fight Dragon and Ridley, but it's kind of the most straightforward of maybe the complements in terms of an any percent route.
With that one, what deterred me the most was the fact that, like you said, you have to fight Ridley in addition to Dragon 2, but also the backtracking into Pink Brinstar you have to do to go visit the critters is also something that's not desired. And you're going to have to go through Pink Brinstar anyway, so if you have Speed Booster by that time. Well, actually, no, he can't. Row 3, he can't do row 3 with column 2 because he doesn't have Speed Booster. You can't visit the Decora. Unless you
right. Interesting.
Unless you get Blue Suit off Dragon and carry it all the way to, which I don't think we're going to see here.
No, we're going to see that. Wow. Brutal card. That wreck ship reserve is sitting in the corner, kind of trolling as well, locking down these players from doing the BLTR, column 1, and row 5.
And we see Wesker getting the criteria map station. So that's our first goal checked off for now.
Fair enough.
Alright, looking at Wesker's stream. I know Retro is still fighting. His internet is really choppy right now, unfortunately. But doing the best we can with that. Looking at Wesker's stream, he does seem to have his other row picked on his stream. He appears to be going for top left to bottom right, which is, he's already got the Criterion map station checked off for that. Still no clue what RetroReviver is going to be doing at this point. Since Wesker's going back to get the Brinstar Reserve tank, which that is another goal. He's also picking up the missiles, because he does need 70 missiles to pick up.
You must be ahead of me.
Here, I'll send you Khadgar link I'm using.
Okay, so it looks like Wesker is heading over to the main Pink Prince Star room. We'll see if he decides to pick up a bunch of missiles or not. Looks like he likely won't. Probably gonna grab charge here.
Did you catch if he picked up the missiles under the bridge?
Under the bridge?
Coming out of...
No, he did
Resort?
not.
Okay.
He did not.
He should be at 20 missiles then, right now. Which makes sense based on his current count. Normally players will have their less than 5, the maximum missile count at this point.
Yeah, they do have to get into that the first supers area. Alright, so here's where we're gonna see if he heads up Red Tower or down. And down he goes.
From what goals that Wesker has to complete, Spacer isn't required of anything he has to do, but...
It could be if it's column 4. If he's collecting all the beams.
From what I saw on his stream, he had picked top left, bottom right for his complement row. So unless he changes, or unless he changed already since I last looked, the Spacer's nice to have in the regard that it just does a good bit of damage, and you don't have to worry about your accuracy so much.
Yeah, it could be that he picks up Spacer in his normal any % runs, and that's just what he's comfortable with. So it's good to be in your own zone.
Need somebody to tell RetroReviver next slide, please. This could come up with some really interesting results as we watch the slideshow of a run. It could, for the next frame, be something really perilous, like him at 5 health while Phantoon's coming right at him. You never know. And you're just sitting there freeze frame the entire time. You're wanting to know the outcome.
Might not know for another 5 minutes. Then he just shows up at Dragon with 5 health.
What's the what? Alright, Wesker coming in to Kraid. For the quick kill.
Very nice.
Wesker's routing is it's going to be a little rough, I think, for him, because he's going to be running all over the place for a little while. Because if I'm gathering what he's doing right, he's going to go down, he's going to go north there, he's going to pick up a couple things. He might even pick up Grapple Beam. I'm not sure. I don't think he will. He's not able to pick up Speed Booster, which is normally what players will use to get across the moat so they can go pick up Gravity. And he's going to need Gravity because he has to pick up Meridia Power Bomb. I'm sorry. What am I looking at here? Am I even looking at the right thing? No.
Yeah, row 2.
Yeah. Row 2.
But the thing is, he's finishing in the Grapple Beam room, so it'll be interesting if he needs Grapple, he might get it and then have to come back again.
Yeah.
Which isn't so bad if he, has already killed Croc.
I guess the point I'm wondering at now is, does he feel comfortable enough trying to do a CWJ across the moat? Or is he going to find something else to help his way across, like Grapple Beam in this case?
Yeah, and since neither of these players can collect Speed Booster, Grapple's really your lifeline there.
Indeed.
So it looks like he is gonna go head over and collect high jump. I don't blame him.
No, high jump's very nice, very good, very sane item to get.
And he cannot complete column 1 because of the wreck ship reserve tank, and he probably doesn't want to complete row 4 because of the 11 energy tanks and fully explore the wrecked ship.
But those 11 energy tanks, you basically, when you see the goal 11 energy tanks, if they had it forced on you, what you have to do is look at the game, think of where all the E-tanks are, and say to yourself, okay, which 3 of those am I not going to pick up? That's the way you have to think of it. It's so much easier to think of it that way. But then you forget one because you're not thinking of it. Oh, so the slideshow progresses. We see RetroReviver in Pink Brinstar seemingly going for those missiles. What will happen next? Stay tuned.
What will happen next?
Alright, Wesker finished picking up high jump and those missiles. He's going to get Ice Beam. The next question is he going to go pick up Grapple, or is he going to leave Norfair right after this?
It'll also be interesting to see if he goes and grabs Wave. Because I guess technically right now both of them have skipped Wave Beam, although I don't know what's going on with Wesker. I guess he's about to get Charge Beam, I can see that now. Looks like Wesker's really thinking about his route right now.
Trying to decide if he wants to go through the rest of Norfair. It seems the answer is no. Seems he'll opt out of trying to go to Grapple Beam or picking up some Wave, so I expect him to be heading to Wreck Ship at this point.
That would make the most sense. So it's likely not doing column 4 or row 1. Assuming he's, you know, really just going to Norfair at the end to finish in the Grapple Beam room.
So we do have confirmation that Ultra RetroReviver picked up Charge Beam. It is no longer there.
Very nice.
And you say, you know, that would make sense, and I completely, it would make sense, but so far in this tournament, we've been approached with a couple situations where things did not make sense, so you can't tell until you get there. You look at Dingus's famous match, we had no clue what he was doing.
He got the job done in the end. It just didn't make any sense. But that's part of the fun, just playing the little guessing game. Alright, so Wesker grabbing power bombs here. We'll see if he grabs some more up here in Red Tower. Upper Red Tower.
Alright, he does need the 25 power bombs. He's picking these missiles up too, which I think this will make 30 total.
That does sound about right.
So he went into Norfair of 20, left Norfair of 25.
Yeah, there are no others along the way.
Right.
He does need 70. He can grab a bunch in the wreck ship and the area around it in Criteria.
It's especially going to be pretty opportunistic to pick it up in Wreck Ship with the fact that he has to fully explore it.
Exactly. Wait, no.
Wait,
He doesn't
am
have
I?
to do
I keep mixing this up again.
that. No, he's doing row 2.
Yeah.
And
RetroReviver.
likely TLBR.
Yeah. All right. Even then, the especially the one pair of missiles that's as you go in direct ship on your way to Fantoon, those are pretty much free. They just take a little time to get. See him saving.
Always a good idea. Usually at this point in the game, you know, enough time has elapsed and you're about to do something dangerous enough that it's probably worth saving. Highly anticipating that next retro frame.
Same.
It looks like here comes the CWJ for Wesker.
He's right there, outside Kraid.
Ooh!
So I guess that answers the question whether it went up or down Red Tower. Wesker getting CWJ or working in CWJ here. That looks like a good first jump. Is he going to get the second one? He got it. Nicely done.
Wow, while collecting the missiles. Very nice. He is flying.
Let's see if he picks up these missiles on the way down. I don't think he does. No, I was wrong. This Fantoon fight should be pretty comfortable, though. He's got Varia, so everything's only doing 20 damage as compared to 40 if he didn't have Varia. And he's got plenty of missiles to go around all over Fantoon's face.
And he does have charge and ice and spacer as well.
Right.
So he should be okay here.
He's probably used to X Factoring, but he doesn't have weight beam to do that, so he's just going to settle for what he has to work with. We got 2 frames from Ultra RetroReviver. Still going in the grade, looks like. Or coming. No, he's going.
He doesn't have areas unless he decided to kill Kraid for the E-tank.
Also, looking at his map, he's not even down there yet.
Solid Doppler from hcfwesker.
Fantoon give him a little trouble, but he's perfectly fine. He's just trolling him some before he kills Fantoon. He's got plenty of health. Yeah. There it goes. Fantoon's officially dead.
Very nice. So it might actually be in Wesker's best interest here to collect both super missile packs, since they are pretty close together here in the wreck ship. If he does plan on doing TLBR and defeating Ridley, might really help that fight out.
Yeah, easy. If you get to the point where you're at Ridley, if you have 30 supers, that alone will get you through the entirety of Ridley fight if you don't miss with any of those supers. Which is really nice,
Exactly.
and it goes very quickly.
Alright, so he's grabbing the ones on the left. Let's see if he grabs the ones on the right. There he goes.
Good call. Meanwhile, Ultra RetroReviver, frame by frame, inching slowly into Kraid's lair.
I hope that's not how fast he's playing. That would be pretty detrimental to... I know they're missing speed booster, but this is ridiculous.
Deciding not to save, but he does have good health, so Wesker's not in any real danger of dying, but a lot will have to go wrong for... And that was loud.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Alright, he's through the attic. Let's see if he picks up some of these missiles. He still has to pick up 70 or more missiles, so he needs to find a few of these. He needs to pick up a few of these. Somewhere. Misses the statue, does a little dance, and then jumps in.
He's doing the bowling ritual for good RNG for the rest of the run. Guarantees good Metroid drops.
I thought it might be some secret way to get the Chozo statue to actually bowl you down there a bit quicker.
That would be amazing. Actually, I'd love to see a hack where the Chozo statue just throws you and you just fly down.
And there's gravity. Oh, looks like he wants to pick these missiles up, so maybe he's realized that he needs a few more of these.
Does that put him at 40 now?
I'm not quite sure.
I was at least at 40, but I don't know. I don't think he has any more than that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think going in... I mean, that might have been the only one he picked up, actually, since entering the wrecked ship.
There, yeah, he has 40. He also has 15 super missiles, so we'll check that off for him. Because why not?
Yeah, it might not be out of the question for him to actually complete row 1, but I mean, getting Plasma Beam might be a bit out of the way, but then he doesn't have to go back to Norfair until the end. just snag wave and then pick up, go to the grapple beam room. But it looks like he's just gonna do some item collection in Brinstar. Seems to be heading down here.
Yeah, he's sitting at 10 power bombs, so on his way through Brinstar, he can pick up the green Brinstar, pink Brinstar, and retro Brinstar power bombs, and that'll give him 25 power bombs. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go shopping for items, just go to Brinstar. That's pretty much where you want to be.
I mean, Brinstar alone, you've got 60 missiles, 15 supers, 25 power bombs, 5 E-tanks, and a reserve tank. All for the low price of your soul.
I mean, sounds like a good deal to me. Just saying.
I guess it depends how much your soul's worth to you. Almost falling down the gap there.
Clutch wall jump for the
Give us
save.
a little scare. Would have been a pretty annoying time loss to do. But saves it.
But considering Retro is still entering Kraid, I think he should be okay. Right
I mean,
now.
I know door transitions can be pretty bad, but this is ridiculous. Wesker fighting the beatums there.
So now the question is, where is he going to get his 7 E-tanks from? I guess he can grab one at the wave gate here in Pink Brinstar, but he can't grab the one under charge because he does not have speed booster. So he'll need 2 more, I guess one of which will probably be at Ridley.
And he's also has to kill Crocomire too, regardless.
Oh, right.
So
Right.
there's that one.
So he should be good to go.
So he may not even pick up this wave gate one. Okay, I was gonna say, why is he skipping those missiles?
Yeah, that would have been a little silly, but he's just getting the power bomb down.
Looks like he does want this E-tank, after all.
So if he fires a super while he's flush against this wall here, diagonally upward, he can actually hit the wave gate from this side and open it up. See if he hit it.
There you go.
Very nice. First try.
It's actually it's a pretty easy trick to do. It looks a little weird, and it's definitely a lot harder when you don't have high jump. Because when you don't have the high jump, you have to stand in the door and move just enough pixels so that you're still flush with the back wall, and then fire at the same spot. The key to that trick is being flushed up to the back wall. There's actually a lot of different places you can fire the super, and it will work, assuming that you are on that wall. But if you're not on that wall, then the trick's not going to work regardless of what you do. Unless you're tasked and you can do anything. So it looks like he's going to pick up the retro power bombs, and then that's going to be his last pair of power bombs that he needs to complete the 25 power bomb objective. From there, I'd expect him to start going into Norfair. He needs 3 reserve tanks, so doesn't have the wreck ship E-tank.
Oh, he's leaving.
Why is he leaving? Don't make me a liar, come back.
I like this plan. Good job, Wesker. We're proud of you. Maybe he's thinking about getting his last power bombs as the power bombs of shame while he's down in Lower Norfair. Or perhaps the ones at Croc?
Yeah, the ones at Croc make the most sense. And then there's power bombs of shame as well, which are really easy to pick up. Well, easy is, I guess, subjective. Depends what you have. I expect he's going to pick up Croc power bombs probably.
That would make a lot of sense.
And he's got a lot of options for E-tank. Like you said, he's still got the Croc-Mar E-tank and Ridley E-tank that he's going to have to go buy. So, and he's going to need to go into Meridia to pick the reserve tank and the power bomb. And that's going to be interesting though, because he's going to have to go down each sand pit, because the power bomb and the reserve tank are in separate sand pits. So he's going to have to do some running around for this one.
But interestingly, he does not have to kill Botwoon or Dragon. So at the very least, he misses that. Apparently, he's trying to charge a speed booster here without speed booster.
Yeah, I was just
seems
about
a little
to
bit
say.
difficult.
I mean, I can tell. I'm tempted to pop in his chat and say, "Hey, bro, I think I know why your speed booster charge ain't working."
Maybe he was just mulling around, thinking about his route, pacing back and forth.
You see him trying to do that Mount Doom strat, or Mount Everest. I see people call this Mount Doom or Mount Everest. I don't know which one to call it anymore. But the strat where you run up there, that's also a very nice freeze strat. That's actually
That was really good. That was really good.
I kind of wonder, did he actually, know that as a strat, or did he just completely wing it? And if he completely wing it, then props, because that first try, you just looked professional doing that.
It was seamless.
It was. The strat you saw him do, first of all, he tried to run up the hill, then jump, but you need speed booster for that, unfortunately. There's a lot of things that he's doing that he's not used to not having speed booster in Meridia. Because you come to Meridia at this point, especially as you get into the Aqueduct, you're used to having speed booster for pretty much all your movements, so everything is just not as you expected. It's not as bad as missing high jump altogether, but you still have a lot of unexpected things happening. It's like, oh yeah, I can't do that. Oh yeah, I can't make Main Street missiles because I don't have speed booster.
And he won't be able to get these Aqueduct missiles either. But it looks like he did get the ones at the beach there.
So from missile perspective, he has had 40 leaving wreck ship. He's saving here in Aqueduct. He had 40 leaving wreck ship. He picked up the 5 missiles in Pink Prince Star, so he got 45 from there. Then he just picked up 5 at Beach, so that's 50. I don't think I'm missing anything else, so if I'm correct, if I'm not missing anything, he's at 50.
I think he got the green pipe missiles as well.
You're right, he did, so 55. So he needs 3 more missile packs to complete this. So he's going to have to go down both.
He can get some in these sand pits.
Yep. There's 1 missile pack in each one, so that could get him another 2 easily.
Meanwhile, Retro going for ice.
Oh, wow, he is. Straight from ice. Is that a hell run I see? No, he's got Varia.
Yeah, we did see him at Crate earlier.
All right.
he did
So
pick
you
up
hope
Varia.
that he picked up Varia by now.
Yep.
And if you look at his map, he's actually coming back from picking up ice. So with
True.
that knowledge, you know that RetroReviver does have Ice Beam. And he does have Varia Gravity, or just Varia. So Wesker came out at the bottom of the sand pit. He's taken. Well, he has to
Can't
take this
actually
one.
take the tube.
Yeah.
The toilet, because basically he hasn't killed Dragon, so it's really unfortunate that he can't take that route, and he has to go all the way through. Looks like he's gonna go for a green gate too.
Oh, he got a second try. Very nice.
Very nice.
He's trying to short charge again, I guess.
The dream is still alive.
Here he was freezing I thought he was freezing the fish so he could jump on it, jump into the door for a minute, but no, he just ignored it after that. Alright, let's see if he does this crab strat twice in a row. Money.
Impressive. You could actually also gravity jump up there too, right? It's another option. Alright, looks like he's gonna save again.
Things can go wrong down below. This when you get back down where the emers? I can't remember.
The mini dragons, or
Yeah, down at the bottom in the sand. They do a fair bit of damage, especially when they fire at you. And if you get stuck in the sand and you're flailing trying to get out, that can actually be a bad situation really quickly.
it's definitely fair. And yeah, he's getting those missiles.
So I think that puts him at 65 now.
Oh, that's why he didn't pick up the power bombs. He's picking up these.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense now. It's all coming together.
So now for what he has left to do, he has to defeat Crockmar and Ridley. He needs one more reserve tank, which he's going to get in Norfair, 2 more energy tanks, which he's going to get in Norfair, and then finish in the grapple beam, which he does in Norfair.
Yeah, so it's likely to see him head to lower Norfair first. I mean, maybe he'll pick up the reserve along the way.
Right.
And then probably do Croc last, so he can just end up in the grapple room. He was thinking about something there. Or having trouble getting down the elevator. One of the two. Maybe considering going to get the crate missiles or something.
I had to check his stream to see what he's got checked off. He's got the same 5 checked off. He actually didn't check off 25 power bombs, even though we know that he has that many.
That's interesting. Maybe he doesn't think he has them.
I guess he lost count. Not certain.
I guess as he goes to get this Norfair reserve, he's going to pick up a couple more missile packs. So this is clever.
Oh, we have an update for RetroReviver. Looks like he just finished picking up high jump and is working his way back up, skipping those missiles.
Probably spending about 5 minutes chasing this gamer around to try to open the door. You think?
Maybe. There's his missile pack right there. So that puts Wesker, no doubt, at 70 missiles.
Excellent. Maybe he'll pick up one more just in case.
Maybe he'll pick up one more just by accident. I've always thought this was a clever missile location because it's really not hard to shoot that block and accidentally fall into missiles. It's like, oh, missiles. And Samus is wearing missiles for a hat.
Yeah, you're all concerned about all those gamers and seahorses. Looks like he wants wave beam here, maybe. He's heading over to the right side right now. I guess it could be on the way towards Lower Norfair.
Yeah, this is kind of like a new route mentality going on here, except you don't have speed booster. I think he's thinking about wave beam because he's trying to figure out how much damage do I need to do to Ridley. Every little bit helps.
Oh no, he fell down.
No speed booster to get back up. The pain is real. Decides to go back up instead of trying to figure out how to jump up there. Wesker now at 80 missiles, going the distance.
Maybe he's just trying to check off that 100+ missiles for swag.
Well, you know, I mean, it is. We do have a record set, a precedent set by Dingus. When he did his race, he completed 17 of the 25 bingo tiles before he finished his race. So, I mean, that is something that's a tall order to beat.
Will records be shattered this day? Find out in the next, I don't know, 20 minutes.
Find out on the next episode of Double Anti-Bingo.
Yeah, well, let's go with that. Now, this is interesting. He has not saved.
RetroReviver coming into... I'm going to call it wrong because I never remember the correct name. But I think it's Cathedral. And And I know somebody in chat will call me out for it because I never remember what this place is called.
And he still hasn't saved, so we'll see if his gravity jumping is on point. Hopefully it is. Otherwise he could be in some trouble.
Good news is he has a various suit, and that will mitigate a lot of the damage that the lava will do.
That's true, and he has been picking up all those reserves as well.
Those flames still do a fair bit of damage. With gravity on, those flames do 50 damage, but with gravity off and Varia only, that's 100 damage each. And he gets up there. Very nicely done.
Wow, first time. Very nice.
He wasn't even worried about it.
Now let's see if he turns gravity back on at any point here. Oh, there he goes. So we do see Retro now heading into Norfair. Maybe will he pick up those lava missiles? We'll have to see.
I was watching Hillborn in his last match and doing this room without high jump boots. That was really painful. It's just
Very scary.
Doing lower Norfair without high jump boots at all is just so terrible. He's trying to get this wall jump, and it is possible. There he goes.
Very nice.
Ooh, taking a face full of flame.
Realizing that those pirates do not take a lot of damage from those missiles.
Yeah, normally in the, as the game intends it, or is designed around it, the game designers intended for you to have space jump, speed booster, and screw attack by this point. Or at least screw attack was an optional thing that you might have accidentally skipped. I could see a first-time player, going the right side and then coming down and missing screw attack altogether, but...
Right, but it makes a lot of these enemies trivial.
Yes.
Especially these red key hunters and these giant side hoppers that he's about to encounter. Sorry.
Doing lower Norfair with screw attack really makes it so much easier. That's why I recommend it for any RBO run that you want to complete. So I'm hoping that he remembers to pick up the Firefly tank. He did not pick it on the way down, which makes sense because if you don't need the energy, then there's no reason to pick it up initially unless you want the energy and want the refill.
But he could actually get the one at Croc too. And
Well, he needs both. He only has 5 currently, and he needs 7 total.
But if he gets the one after Ridley and the Croc one, then he's good to go.
That's true too. So,
But
yeah.
either works, really.
Choices.
They're not that much out of the way now that he's already here.
Right. It would be more ideal to pick up the Croc E-Tank. If you do pick up the Ridley E-Tank, I don't know. I think picking up the Croc E-Tank is free. You lose just the item fanfare because you have to wait for Croc to die anyway.
Right, but if you're picking up another E-Tank anyway.
Right. And so the question is, which one do you want to pick up, the Ridley or do you want to pick up the Firefly?
I mean, you came all the way down here. You gotta get some reward from Ridley.
Your reward is class. And the sinking feeling that you don't know where the baby Metroid is.
Never to be found in the dab again. Ooh, he's taking a bit of damage here. You're still doing alright.
Each of these shots does 300 damage to Ridley, each of these charged Ice Wave Spacer shots. For reference, Ridley has 18,000 health, so that's a total of 60 shots. See, he does have the 11 supers, which will be really helpful, and 11 supers will easily dole out 1/3 of Ridley's health. He missed, I think, about 1 or 2 supers there, unfortunately. Ridley should be dead now, I think. Yeah, he is dead.
Very well done by hcfwesker there.
He is indeed picking up this E-Tank.
It could also give you that full health refill to escape lower Norfair comfortably, so it's not a bad one to get right now.
Meanwhile, Ultra RetroReviver is still coming hard and fast through the cathedral. In a permanent state of free fall, will he fall onto this enemy? Will he take damage? We may never know.
I could see the speed booster strat in Wesker there.
It's so fun watching. It's like, this is how this strat works, except you don't have speed booster. Wesker being super safe and saving.
I mean, lower Norfair is dangerous, but he does have a fair amount of health.
Yeah, he's got 6 E-Tanks, 3 reserves. I mean, he's got health for days, man.
Well, there goes one tank.
That's just, I'm just gonna shut up now before this gets worse.
So now he's just making a beeline for Croc. So we'll see him collect that E-Tank there, since he did skip over this one. Wow, that damage.
It's a lot of damage. 50 damage each hit adds up quickly. But he's out of Lower Norfair. Only has to do 3 more things, killing Croc, picking up that E-Tank, and getting to the grapple beam room, and Wesker will be done. Nice freeze.
And considering the card, I'd say that Wesker did some good stuff here. Like, his route was pretty clean. He knew what he was doing for the most part. Other than that one Retro Brinstar pit stop. But that wasn't even that big of a time sink.
Yeah, routing rows like this, especially with a card this difficult, can be daunting. And especially when you get a lot of item collection and you're collecting stuff like 70 missiles. It's like, well, what missiles am I going to pick up? You know, you never... It's hard to even plan for that. You just pick up missiles as you see them. RetroReviver just went offline for me.
I believe so as well.
And that marks Wesker picking up 70 tanks and 7 tanks, 70 tanks. That's a lot of energy. 7 tanks and 70 missiles.
The final stretch here. Can he get to the grapple room?
By the tournament rules, Crocomire is officially dead when his bones start crumpling to the ground. Right now. Of course, I don't know if now is synced to exactly to the bones, but you get the idea. 70 tanks and 7 E-missiles, that's right, Elm. And a partridge and a pear cherry.
What is he farming?
Is he really?
Oh, he's
really?
Well, he got it. I mean, I guess you do have to bomb jump up there since he doesn't have speed booster.
Yeah, that's a fair point. If you're pretty good at the green gate glitch, then this may in fact be a faster way.
I think it was. I think this works out in his favor.
And there he goes, finishing in the grapple beam room. You see the dot done from him in SRL with a finish time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 24 seconds. Congratulations to hcfwesker.
GG. Very nice run from him. Great routing. And on a very difficult card.
Unfortunately, I don't know what to say about RetroReviver. From my perspective, his stream is not even running anymore.
Well, that's the end of this slideshow, but I'm sure another one will pop up at some point soon.
Maybe. I'm trying to figure it out.
But it looks like hcfwesker will move on to face Hillborn, who actually won against Shokushu earlier today, and will be playing off against him in round 2 of this tournament. And RetroReviver will be facing off against Shokushu, so
my perspective,
it'll be interesting to see
stream
how
is not even running
all that
anymore.
plays out as we
Well,
get
that's the
into
end
the
of
next
this
week here.
slideshow, but I'm sure.
So, as far as I can tell, RetroReviver is still racing. He has not forfeited or quit in the SRL race channel. So, I'm assuming he's still running, but we can't see anything he's doing. So, I think we're just going to let Fiesel make the executive call here, whether he wants to keep broadcasting a black screen or whatever we're going to end up doing. Okay. Alright, so that looks like that's it for us. We're gonna cut stream since RetroReviver's stream isn't working. That's all for Speed Gaming tonight. There's nothing after this. Doesn't look like there's any events tomorrow, but looks like on the 11th Sunday we have a day full of Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. So
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for that.
All right, well, thank you all for watching. I'm Alucard, and this is Stray Bears. And see you next mission.